Yeah, good morning, guys. So, now we'll start with amendment lecture on MAT, which was amended by Finance Act 2019. Amended by Finance Act 2019, applicable from November 20 examination. Will it be applicable from May 21, November 21? Answer is yes, definitely. But it will be first effective from November 2020 examination. So this video is specifically for the amendments. Reason being, if you want to go through one day before examination, you will have the amendment lecture separately so that you can go through for revision purpose. Lot of amendments took place, so please understand the first thing. The first amendment under minimum alternative tax, that is concept of MAT, is to whom or to which companies MAT applies. Again, I am asking a simple question: to whom or to which companies MAT applies. So we'll divide into two trees. I request you to copy all this whatever I'm giving on the screen. It's better for your examination also. Includes, excludes, includes, excludes. Includes means for the following companies MAT will apply. For the following companies MAT will apply, and excludes means for the following companies MAT does not apply. Includes and excludes. So let us start. Under includes, first one, the concept of MAT applies to private companies. The concept of MAT applies to private companies. Number two, it also applies to public companies. It applies to private companies. It also applies to public companies. That public company can be listed or unlisted, does not matter. That public company can be listed or unlisted, does not matter. Next, the concept of MAT applies to banking / electricity companies. Banking / electricity companies. Point number 4. MAT applies to companies located in SEZ units. Companies located in SEZ units, special economic zone. Now come to excludes. Number 1, Section 8 of Companies Act 2013 companies. Section 8 of Companies Act 2013, that is nothing but non-profit organization companies. Non-profit organization companies. Point number B, under excludes tonnage taxation companies. I guess this is for shipping business. This is for shipping business. Clear? Sure, let's continue. So how many we have under includes? 4, excludes 2. Let us continue more now. Now listen. Sure. So how many are completed? Vapis bolo 4 and 2. Under includes 5th point. Under includes 5th point. Foreign company having permanent establishment in India. Foreign company having permanent establishment in India. Permanent establishment means fixed place of business. It can be either through factory, it can be either through shop, warehouse, sales outlet, service center. IKEA has a showroom in Hyderabad. It's a Sweden based company. I can conclude IKEA have permanent establishment because they have a place of business in India, and for IKEA Hyderabad branch or company, MAT will apply. MAT will apply. Usko opposite point number, which point number excludes now? Which point under excludes now? Third point under excludes foreign company. Foreign company not having permanent establishment in India. Foreign company not having permanent establishment in, or foreign company derives income which is computed, or foreign company derives income which is computed under section 44B, 44BB, 44BBA and 44BBB and 44BBB. These are called presumptive taxation for non-resident. For presumptive taxation for resident, we have 3 sections: 44AD, ADA and AE. PGBP mate will be covered. And for non-resident, we have 4 sections for presumptive taxation: 44B, BB, BBBA and BBB. Clear? Chalo. Or foreign company with which India do not have DTAA, double taxation avoidance agreement. That agreement will be entered under section 90 of the Income Tax Act. We have two sections in the Income Tax Act, section 90 and section 91. 90 will apply when India have DTAA with foreign country. 91 will apply when India do not have DTAA with the foreign country. Foreign company with which India do not have DTAA under section 90, and such foreign company is not required to seek any registration under any law. Is not required to seek any registration under any law. Clear? Now under include sixth point. General insurance companies. The important point we should underline here is word general. General bole to a company which is into medical insurance, marine insurance, fire insurance, but it is not under life insurance. So where will life insurance comes then? Under excludes. What is the logic behind it? 95% of the market of life insurance is captured by LIC. And LIC is a dash company, central government company. LIC is a dash company, central government company. We have kept those companies outside the mat. Now come to excludes. Point number 4. I repeat, under excludes, point number 4. Life insurance companies. Life insurance company referred under section 115B. Referred under section 115B. And point number 5 under excludes. This is the amendment. I told you there are a lot of amendments under MAT. I am recording a separate video for amendments on MAT. This is the amendment. So you have to write in capitals. Whatever we wrote till now were existing provisions only. Now the coming fifth one is an amendment. Any company who opts for bullet 1, section 115 bar or section 115 BAB. These are the new sections for tax rates of companies. These are the new sections for tax rate for companies. Chalo. So how many are there under include side? 6. How many are there under exclude side? You have to remember that for your exam, because that's the first amendment under MAT. What is amendment? This is the amendment. If any company opts for 115 BAA or BAB, that is concessional rate of tax, provide the conditions of that particular sections are satisfied, then you are outside the scope of MAT. It means what? When we follow the steps, we have 5 steps. Calculate the total income as per normal provisions, calculate tax, calculate book profits, calculate MAT, step 2 or step 4, whichever is higher. If you opt for these sections, You need not follow step 3 and step 4. You can directly follow step 1 and step 2 and answer close there only immediately. Am I continue? Am I clear till here? Am I clear till here? So this is your first amendment. What is the amendment? Any company who opts for 115 BAA and BAB new sections, they are outside the scope of MAT. It will be covered for you, or if it's already covered, you can check your notes that this point you must be having. Sure. Shall we continue? Now the second amendment in the MAT, everyone. The second amendment under second amendment in MAT. Now be careful. Now be careful. Second amendment. What is MAT rate? 18.5%. How much, sir? 18.5%, but that is amended to 15%. MAT rate on book profits. So what is the MAT rate on book profits? Previously it was 18.5%. Now it is changed to 15%. But इसमें एक और रूल है. If you are a unit in IFSC, if you are a unit in IFSC, International Financial Service Center, International Financial Service Center, then the MAT rate for you is only 9%. The MAT rate for you is only 9%. So for whom it's 15%, any other company, AOC, any other companies, any other companies. Shall we continue? Third amendment in MAT. Third amendment in MAT. Now listen. We already know a pro forma is given by the Bayer Act. The pro forma of book profits is given under 115 JB. A pro forma to calculate book profits are given by the Act. Under which section it is given, sir? 115 JB, where Act says your starting point will be net profit as per P&L account, but that should be as per Companies Act 2013. That should be as per Companies Act 2013. We have to start the base. Now the pro forma says we will add 15 items. We will add 15 items and we will less 11 items. We will add 15. We will less 11. Amendment has come. 2 more items are included. Where are the 2 items included? Under less items. I'll be going through that in depth with an example also I'll be covering. So totally under add we have 15. Under less we have, before we used to have 11. Now we have more 2. So total less items becomes 13 items. Now let's understand what those 2 items and let's understand with an example as well. Shall we continue? Sure. Now listen. So now we are in the third amendment in MAT. I repeat, we are under third amendment under MAT. What was the first amendment, sir? That First amendment was the company who opts for 115 BAA or BAB, they are not liable to pay MAT. Second amendment, MAT rate technically was 18.5%, but they reduced to 15%, and the MAT rate for the companies located in international financial service centers is 9%. And third amendment, we had previously only 11 less items. Now it's increased to more 2, so totally we have 13 less items. I am recording a separate lecture for amendments so that it becomes easy if you want to revise the amendments part only. Sure. Now what are the amended less items? Twelfth and 13th, because 11 points we already had. 12 and 13. 12th says, if a company against whom application for insolvency has been admitted by adjudicating authority under Insolvency Bankruptcy Code 2016. Or a company for whom application is moved by central government or a company for whom application is moved by central government under section 241 of Companies Act 2013. Under section 241 of Companies Act 2013, who have suspended their board of directors. Who have suspended the board of directors and new directors are appointed. New directors are appointed. This is an amendment. This concept is an amendment. Arrow mark down. Take, brought forward, take, brought forward losses and brought forward depreciation under less items. Brought forward losses and brought forward depreciation. Next, any other company. So if you do not fall under the 12th item, then we take brought forward losses or brought forward depreciation, whichever is lower. I'll explain with an example. Brought forward losses or brought forward depreciation. Here, any one which is lower, here we can take both the amounts. Now we'll assume this as case 1 company, case A company, and we'll assume this as case B company. Case A company, case B company. Shall we start? Sure. This is your amended less items, please. One is insolvency, one is central government has suspended the board of directors, maybe because of mismanagement and operation, and they have appointed new directors and nominated by central government. In that case we are talking. Okay. Now let us take one example. Listen. Case A company, case B company. Under that 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Do not copy, let me complete. Assuming my P&L account as per Companies Act 2013, 20 lakhs, 20 lakhs, 20 lakhs, 20 lakhs, 20 lakhs, 20 lakhs. Case A बोले तो these companies. Case B बोले तो this company. Clear? First, we'll understand the logic. Case 1 means this company. Case B means this company. Now let us take some dummy values. ठीक. Case 1, case 2, case 3. Case 1, case 2, case 3. Brought forward loss. Brought forward 9 lakhs, 3 lakhs, 11 lakhs. Brought forward depreciation 2 lakhs, 8 lakhs and 0. Clear? Now, as per pro forma, we should deduct these items. If you are a case A, let us assume if you are a case B, company, what is the rule? Brought forward loss or brought forward depreciation, whichever is lower, 9 or 2, 2, 3 or 8, 3, 11 or 0, 0. If you are a case A company, we only add both. 9 plus 2, 11. 3 plus 8, 11. 11 plus 0. I hope the difference is very clear. If it's a case 1 company, we take the total of both. And if it's any other company, we'll take unabsorbed depreciation or brought forward loss or brought forward depreciation, whichever is lower. So in the question you have to be very careful whether he gives a case A company or case B company. If question is silent, we always assume it's a case B company. Now take the total. That is your book profit. 9 lakhs, 9 lakhs, 9 lakhs, 18, 17, 20. This is called book profit. उस पे MAT will apply. उस पे what will apply? MAT at the rate of 15% plus surcharge will not come because it's less than 1 crore plus cess of 4%. Am I very bloody clear with your third amendment under MAT? Then we have 3 case studies also which are given in your updated study material on MAT, which we'll be covering now. Copy this. Chalo, shall we continue? Chalo, now listen. The Fourth Amendment under MAT. Fourth Amendment under MAT. First was 115 BAA, 115 BAB does not apply. MAT will not apply if you are for those sections. Second was the MAT rate. 18.5 has become 15, and for international financial service centers 9%. Number 3, if you are a company who has filed an insolvency application, central government has moved the board of directors, we take the total of brought forward loss and brought forward depreciation. Any other case, we will only take whichever is lower, and we understood that with an example. Now comes to Fourth Amendment. Listen to the screen. And clarification has been made. Listen. Clarification has come under 115 JB, that is pro forma of MAT, under subsection 2, preparation of P&L account. This section says, listen, if you are a company, if you are a registered under Companies Act, you have to prepare P&L account as per Schedule 3 of Companies Act, whether you like it or not. But the problem was, there were 3 different companies: electricity, banking, general insurance. They have to prepare P&L account as per their respective act. Like for banking, we have Banking Regulation Act. So they had a doubt, should we prepare as per our act or Companies Act? So Mr. Late Shri Arun Jaitley ji clarified, they have to prepare P&L account in 2 formats. 2 formats bole to, they have to prepare as per their respective act also. They have to prepare as per Companies Act 2013 Schedule 3 also. This can be asked in MCQ, but I will not give you in MCQ. What I will give you, I will let you know. Let's read once. Do not copy. Every company shall bole to mandatory. Shall bole to mandatory. Prepare as per Schedule 3 of Companies. It's mandatory for every company, have to follow that pro forma. Next, in case of electricity, banking, general. Why not life insurance? Because for life insurance, MAT does not apply. For life insurance, MAT does not. They have to prepare P&L account as per their respective act, and also Companies Act 2013. Am I clear? This is what amendment has come for this point. Clear? Chalo, copy this. while preparing the P&L account, the company shall include their accounting policies, accounting standards adopted, and the rate and method, because under Companies Act you can also follow SLM method. However, under Income Tax Act you have to follow WDV method, but power sector company has an option either to opt for SLM or WDV under section 32 subsection 1 clause 2 of the Income Tax Act 1961. This is your fourth amendment under MAT. Yes, shall we continue, guys? Now comes to the important case laws under MAT which are updated. Very important. Latest case laws on MAT. Latest case laws. Case law name, issue, decision by the court. Case law name, issue, and what are the decision made by the court. Okay, shall we start, guys? Shall we start? Now the first case law is Rolta India Private Limited. That's the name of the case law. Rolta India Private Limited case law. The issue was, if MAT applies to companies, that is, step 4 is greater than step 2. Means what? Your MAT liability is more than the normal tax payable. Your MAT liability is more than normal tax payable. Will provisions of section 234A or B or C will also apply. Will apply is a issue raised under this case law. Pehle issue likh lo, I'll explain the background of the concept. Pehle issue likh lo. Issue is like this. I am a company. My step 4 is more than step 2. So I have to pay tax under MAT, and the difference will be called MAT credit. That MAT credit can be carried forward for the next 15 years. There is no question about that. What is the due date of filing return of income for a company? Normal cases mein 30th September. When will advance tax concept apply? Advance tax concept will apply if my estimated tax on income exceeds 10,000 or more. When will 234A apply? 234A will apply in case of delay in filing return of income. A point is, I am supposed to pay MAT. I have not paid advance tax. And I have filed my return after the due date. So 234A also will apply. 234B will also apply. Now the question is, when MAT applies, will these sections also apply? Is there issue raised before Supreme Court? If MAT applies, am I supposed to pay interest on 234A if I make a default? Am I supposed to pay interest on 234B if I make a default, or so on? Supreme Court said, Whether step 2 is higher or step 4 is higher does not matter. 234A, 234B, 234C will apply irrespective of the fact whether step 2 is higher, that is normal tax is higher, or step 4 MAT is higher. That's the decision given by the court. Likho. Book profit shall be deemed to be the total income of the company. Book profit shall be deemed to be the total income of the company. Number 2, if company defaults in advance tax, if company defaults in advance tax, provision of section 234B or C shall apply. When will be book profit deemed as deemed income? When your step 4 is greater than step 2. I hope you know this already. When step 4 is greater than step 2, then only this concept will apply. Shall we continue? Chal. Case law number 2. Apollo Tyres Limited. Apollo Tyres Limited. The issue was, does AO have power? पहले लिख लो, then I'll explain. The issue लिख लो पहले. Does AO have power to recompute the P&L account of a company which is prepared under Schedule 3 of Companies Act 2013? Does AO have power to recompute the profit and loss account of a company which is prepared under Schedule 3 of Companies Act 2013? Shall we continue? Now listen. Supreme Court said, if company has followed the pro forma mein base is the net profit, we add 15 items, we deduct 13 items. If that's the case, AO cannot do anything with the book profit calculations because only 28 items comes in the book profit pro forma. 15 add items, 13 less. Beyond that, nothing can be done. AO also cannot do anything. AO can just verify whether amounts are correct or not, which are given in those 28 items. But he cannot recompute if the amounts are correct. And it is prepared as per Schedule 3 of the Companies Act. Answer likho no. AO do not have the power AO do not have the power to recompute the profit and loss account. By ignoring provisions for depreciation which was prepared as per Schedule 3 of Companies Act 2013. Shall we continue? And the last case law. With this, all the amendments on MAT will be completed. Okay, sure. The heading is what? The first column heading क्या है? The case law name is Malayala Manorama Company Limited. With the name only you must have understood, it might be a South Indian company. Malayala Manorama Company Limited. Again, does AO have power? Does AO have power to recalculate net profit of the company, which is required under step 1 of the steps, as per rates of depreciation under Companies Act 1956 or 2013, whatever it is. लिख लो, I'll explain everything. Do not cry, I'll explain. I will explain, पहले लिख लो. Now listen. Listen. Supreme Court held there are 5 steps every company has to follow. First step, calculate total. Here when we calculate total income, we will take depreciation rates of Income Tax Act, which are mentioned under section 32 of the Act. And step 2 will be calculate the tax on step 1, 30% plus cess. Step 3 will be calculate book. To calculate book profits, you have to take depreciation rates of the Companies Act 2013. AO क्या करा? When AO क्या करा? He calculated step 1 of the company, which is total, by taking depreciation as per Companies Act. That is wrong. He has to take depreciation of income tax, and when we do book profits, we will take depreciation of companies, and in book profits you should know depreciation under Income Tax Act shall be ignored. When we calculate book profits, depreciation under Income Tax Act shall be ignored because that will be taken automatically under step 1. So the decision made by Supreme Court is under step 1 take depreciation as per Income Tax Act. Under step 3 when you calculate book profits, you have to take depreciation as per Companies Act. Am I clear? And one more point, just for note, you can copy this. Listen now. Listen now. Note. What are the steps? We calculate total income. We calculate tax. we calculate where we will add 15, we will less 13. Assuming I have not debited this 15, assuming I have not debited this created this 13, assuming I have not debited this 15, not created this 13, then my total income will be equal to book profit. My total income will be equal to book profit, and on that I'll calculate MAT. This is calculated at, so technically B only will be higher always. But we already have some concessional rate of tax kada sir, 115 BA below. But if you opt for this section, MAT does not apply. MAT does not. So practically you understand, if a company has neither debited those 15, neither credited those 13, step 1 and step 3 remains same. But step 2 tax will be more than step 4 tax. Step 2 tax will be more than step 4 tax. I am going very deep to understand practicality of this. This completes amendments on MAT. This completes amendment on MAT. Please start copying. Okay. Thank you very much. The next lectures on amendments will be uploaded very soon. Thank you.